everyone, it's Exoman. It is springtime, right? Is it late spring?
It is.
Right. And I want to show you a couple of things that I'm doing here. My wife can attest to the fact that I hate to throw things away like containers. Okay, so here are some various containers. And what I've got going is essentially a nursery for tomatoes. Okay? My wife brought home some tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes, and they were the best I've ever had. They were sweet and delicious and tender and just fantastic. And so I took one of the tomatoes and I opened it up and I pulled some seeds out and put them on a paper towel to dry. And my wife promptly threw the paper towel out the next day. So we had to wait 3 weeks till we found those tomatoes again. I started over. I dried out some seeds. That's all I did, is put them on a paper towel, dried them out, and then I took each little seed and I took a container. Now this might be a cookie or a cracker container, but little things like this are very, very useful for this type of thing. Look, you can use egg cartons.
Look at those cute little plants.
Stay with me now.
Okay.
Look at this. This is fantastic. This is perfect. You can buy little things like this, but why not repurpose things that you already have? All right. So I am not Mr. Gardener. I'm not Mr. Green Thumb, but I do like to grow things, and I do like to repurpose. Now look at this. Take a look at this. This is a container for food. This was something we bought at the store that had some food in it, and I turned it basically into a nursery. So what I did was I took this container and I put some starter mix. Starter mix is what you want to plant your little seedlings in, your seeds. And I put starter mix in this little cookie container, and I put a little seed in each cell, and then I water it. See? I'm going to spray it with water to show you what I'm talking about. This is get a little sprayer. These things are really good for this because you're not pouring it and disrupting the dirt and washing your seeds out. Very, very helpful. All right, so I use the top of the container as a base and the bottom, the actual container, as a top. But don't put it like that because you won't have air circulation. I turn it like this and I have circulation, but I retain my moisture and I get light. So that's your perfect nursery right there. You see what I mean?
Nice. So
for 0 cents, I mean, this is stuff that's going in the trash anyway. You could buy a little plant nursery that would cost you maybe $12, $15, or you can just use some stuff that you're throwing away, all right? You don't need a top, but that, again, that just helps to protect your seedlings. It helps to keep the moisture in there. It's just a good way of doing it. You could just really put them and start them in this. You want to keep your container closed, like look, I have this one here. You can just burn the vent holes in the top of it with a soldering iron, a hot nail, a lighter, whatever you have. And that way you can keep your container, your little terrarium closed. And then you decide which plants look healthy to you and which plants you want to go further with. Obviously, these two are good choices here. This is a good choice here. So I'll now take a spoon, remove them with the root mass, and pot them. And I'll have at least 3 good plants out of this. All right?
Nice.
And we'll grow some cherry tomatoes, and you'll likely see some more of this in later videos. But I wanted to share that with you. Now look at this. A cherry tomato container. Okay? This is what you buy your tomatoes in. Right here, this little plastic container. See all the little vent holes in it? Perfect. You can actually buy these kinds of things marketed as nurseries, little tiny plant nurseries or terrariums. How about this? A little piece of egg carton, stick that in there, put your starter mix in those cells, and close it up. Voila! You've got a little ventilated nursery. How simple is that? Also, come on, let's go check out my Picasso lilies. I'll show you how I planted those outside. It's really cool. All right, check this out. Now you see these two posts coming down off of my staircase. Two 6x6s. I just took some scrap wood. These are old deck boards that have been used 3 times. This is a 3rd use for these. These are deck boards from my farm. I replaced a lot of decking out there. And I used these boards to form the concrete for my drains that I built. See these drains? I just used those to form the outside. That was the 2nd use, and this is the 3rd use for these same boards. See, I sort of built a little bedding area between these 2 posts. Isn't that cool? And kind of dug them down into the earth a little bit. We'll see how it works. I don't know. I don't typically do this kind of thing. But these are some lilies. I guess they're calla lilies, but they were marketed as Picasso lilies, and aren't they beautiful? Aren't they just amazing? Look at that. Nature's works of art. And they're variegated, just lovely. So hopefully they'll spread out and fill that box up, and I'll have bulbs to move around the property here. But I just am too pleased. All right. And that's it. Spring is a lovely time of year. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. Happy planting.